How's it hanging, YouTube? Peter here, your Ginger Geordie Geek. Welcome back to the channel for a room tour. Haven't done one of these for a while. I try and do one a year. So please do, if you're interested in this kind of thing, go back and look at my previous room tours. See how the collection's developed over the years. If you're new to the channel, this is a place for all things geek. We do comic book unboxings, we do CGCs, we do a whole host of live shows. We also do vintage action figures and we do 1/6 scale action figures. That's my latest rabbit hole and I've got quite the collection. So if you like that kind of stuff, please consider liking and subscribing to the channel for future content. Okay, like I said, today we're going to be doing a room tour, so you're going to get to see everything I've got in my little geek cave, whether that's comic books, toys, artwork, whatever it may be. Now, I don't want you to have to watch through the entire video if you're only interested in a specific thing, so I am going to try and section the video. So we'll have a look at raw comic books, we'll then look at CGC comic books, we'll look at my bookshelf so you can see what I'm actually reading, because I'm one of those rare collectors that actually reads stuff. We'll then look at vintage figures and bits and bobs, and then we'll finally end up looking at my new collection of 1/6 scale action figures. So sit back, grab a coffee, and let's see what I've got in my room. Okay, ladies and gents, let's get into it and let's have a look at my raw comic book collection. So these are comic books that haven't been graded, obviously. We'll start off here with my comic book wall. This is something I'm quite proud of. This is the backdrop for most of my comic related videos. And as you can see, it's a whole array of different kinds of comics. There's no real rhyme or reason to this. We've got modern stuff, we've got old stuff, we've got stuff I care about, stuff I don't care about. These are basically top loaders, which I've got attached to the wall with some Velcro, and it basically means that I can switch and change these as I want. So this wall display changes constantly, shifting them in and out. I love this. This is one of my favorite bits of my collection. It's cool. Okie dokie. I've got tons of long boxes. You saw some of the video. I've got them sectioned into signed books, key books, all kinds of stuff. So a lot of these are in storage, but I like to keep some of them around. So I like signed books. These are one of my favorite parts of my collection. As you can see, I've got a bit of a different kind of setup here. Oh, that's a nice one. That's by a very cool artist, UK artist called Kevin. So please check out his Kickstarter. So these are all various books that I've picked up from conventions, probably Thought Bubble, a lot of them. They're all signed by artists or writers. That's a nice Rob Liefeld book there signed. So yeah, it's a whole different array of different bits and bobs. Love that one. That's a George Perez foil cover, which is signed. Killer Be Killed, got that signed by the artist recently. Silver Coin, one of my favourite collections. As you can see, guys, there's all kinds of stuff in here. And I've got probably, I don't know, three short boxes full of signed books that I might send off to get graded at some point. I just don't know yet. But yeah, oh, I love that one. Look at that. Got that signed by Casey, the artist. And it's obviously the ha-ha variant of good old Donald Trump. So yeah, tons of signed books. Couple of synced books there. That's a real nice one. Signed by the writer. I've forgotten his name. James Tinian. Yeah. Okay, looking at these are some of my keys. I've got about 6 short boxes of keys, and these are kind of a range from big key books to minor key books. First Molecule Man there, just pulled out. Again, there's no real rhyme or reason to these. They're just kind of all over the place. Can't even remember what that is. First Dakin, maybe? So yeah, I am very old, so I do forget a lot of the time what I've actually bought and what these books are. First Quasar, that one I think. Omega Red there. This is just giving you a bit of a flavour. Ooh, it's a big money book. It's not like Dark Hawk 1. Oh, I've got 2, I'm rich. Yeah, these are just a whole different... Oh, that one's signed. Didn't know what that's signed by. Anyway, I'll have a look at that later on. The idea. So yeah, lots of different keys, moderns, older books. My collection is predominantly key based, so I do like my keys. I do tend to go for those rather than full runs. That's just how I collect. A bit of snobbery about comic book collecting these days. People say, you know, they try and tell you what you should and shouldn't collect. My theory is just buy what you like. Just buy what you like, and this is what I like. Oh, that's a nice Predator #1. First Doc Samson there. So yeah, pick up what you want and enjoy your collecting. That's the best way to do it, I think. Power Pack 1. Another, oh shit, yeah, sometimes I have multiples of books and I don't know why, I just do. Secret Wars 1, nice book there. Okay guys, so that's some raw books there for you. I've got tons of short boxes, tons of long boxes, they're all over the place, either in my garage or in storage, and I keep some of the newer ones in my geek cave. But yeah, I like a raw book, as you can see. Oh, nice, Nova. Lots of, yeah, I think I've got about 3 copies of Nova and a Batman there. I don't have many DCs in my collections, but yeah, very cool. Lots of raw books, and I'll never get them all graded because grading costs a bloody fortune. I do have one of these boxes full of raws. These are some of my favourite UK related books. So these are the UK edition comic books, first appearance of He-Man, things like that, Thundercats. I do like to try and tend to collect with the free gifts on them, because here in the UK, don't know if it was the same in the States, but here in the UK a lot of our comic books came with stickers and sweets and things like that on. I also collect old vintage sticker albums, so I've got a few of those. And there's a Mask one. That's a nice copy of the first Punisher. So yeah, there's a Mask sticker album. And again, it's one of my favourites. Secret Wars #1 comes with the transfers, quite hard to get a hold of. Visionaries, again with the hologram. And there's a few modern bits chucked in there as well. And there's some Transformers. And that's a nice full cover of Stan the Man, obviously. So yeah, lots of old UK books. UK books are really cool, worth picking up, worth collecting. And you get some beautiful cover art on them. A lot of my collection is wedded in nostalgia, so you'll see a lot of stuff from old cartoons. Zoids, Christ, you remember Zoids? You'll get a lot of nostalgia-based books and some horror stuff as well. Apologies for the glare in this video, guys. First Buffy, Buffy. Captain Britain #1 there with the mask attached. I think I've got a couple of copies of that actually. Another sticker album there. So yeah, a lot of my collection is based on cartoons that I used to watch, or toy series that I used to watch, play with even, because I'm very old. That's a nice book. This is a freebie that was given out to stop people smoking back in the day, and there's another Captain Britain #1 with a mask. So yeah, lots of books. Oh, a bit of Star Wars, did you know I had that? And an Action Force. Action Force is G.I. Joe, guys. Defenders of the Earth. There you go, that's some UK books. I also have these. These are two massive long boxes full of books, and this is my giveaway pile. So basically what I do is, if I'm doing live shows and things like that, I'll pick random books out of here and give them away to subscriber and competition winners. And it's random stuff, so Spawn there, Seven Secrets, that's a really cool series, Transformers. You can get all kinds of different bobs in my giveaways. Going back to that old Green Lantern there, or some modern stuff. So if you want comic books for free, please do make sure you subscribe to the videos. Watch out for my Instagram page, where I tend to Red Room, that was a dirty book, where I basically tend to give away comics on live shows and stuff like that. So if you want to be in for the chance of winning some of the books out of this set, please do make sure you watch out for those notifications. Tons of stuff in there, as you can see, a whole different range. Well, that's a nice cover. Why am I giving that away? A whole different range of different bits and bobs. Okay, let's get into the big money stuff. This is the graded comic book collection. I've been grading comics for a while. I've got them in this stunning Architect drawers set. That kind of is where I keep most of my big money books. We'll go through these in a little bit more detail in a while, but as you can see, each drawer has got some foam padding. There's and the books are rested on top. There's a space there for my X-Men #1, 1963, which is away being graded as we speak. So this is, like I said, where I keep some of my bigger key books. And you can see there's a bit, oh, maybe pull the drawer out. You can see there's a wide variety there. Again, predominantly keys, predominantly first appearances. I'm gone bald, you see me bald head? Predominantly first appearances. And I like some of the modern stuff, so you've got something that's killing the children there as well. And there's a lot of signed books. Marvel predominantly. I don't collect a lot of DC, but I do collect mainly Marvel stuff. And again, a couple of kind of nostalgia fueled books there as well. So we've got as you can see, we've got this Thundercats book there, Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, all that kind of jazz. Okay, a bit more detail. So firstly, we've got my Transformers there, signed by Peter Cullen. Then jumping into this drawer, we've got signed by Stan Lee in Nova #1, which is really nice. You can see there's Avengers 1 signed by Stan again, first appearance of 4 there. Some nostalgia based books, some He-Mans, Transformers, and then first appearances of Venom, obviously, Moon Knight, Daredevil, all that kind of stuff. I have 2 long, short boxes. These boxes are fantastic, by the way. 2 short boxes, again, full of CGC boxes. That's a nice cover there. Again, apologies for the glare. These are my signed books. I quite like a signed comic. I know that's not everybody's cup of tea, but I've got a good selection there of different signed comic books by artists, writers, and all the rest of it. A couple of Bishops there, and again some sketch covers, so that's a real nice one there of Venom. I love that series, DC versus Marvel. So yeah, lots of signed books, lots of signed. Oh, that's fab. That's signed by 3 different individuals. It's a stunning book. Secret Wars #1. I love that cover, one of my favourites. This is my random CGCs, and this is very, very kind of random. So we've got some Batmans there, Batman 89 there, Department of Truth #1, Relive, sorry the glare's shocking, first Thor versus Hulk battle, first Judge Dredd, ENIAC 1, and now I bought that shit. That's first Amadeus Cho, Bloodstone #1, I think it is, the original. Black cover of Amazing Spider-Man, first Immortal Hulk. Oh yeah, some Thors. I'm a big Thor fan. Okay, looking at my bookshelf now, guys. So this is the stuff that I read, and I've got a fairly big collection of books. A lot of them are in storage again, but a lot of them are on display. I said at the start that some people don't actually read what they collect. I got a bit of gyp when I first started YouTube by people saying, oh, you know, you don't read comic books. I absolutely do. I love comics. I've read comics since I was 13. This is how I like to read comics, absolute editions. These are some of my favourite books. You can see I've got pretty much all of the absolute large scale books that came out. If you've not seen these books, really recommend you get into them. They are stunning. The artwork's enlarged for older eyes. The colours just pop. They're just beautiful, beautiful books. I love them. I've got shelves of books, as you can see. These are broken down to some of the ones I really enjoy. Loving Deadly Class at the moment. Basically, from here on and onto the next shelf, I'll show you an image later on, is my to read shelf. So that's all stuff I haven't actually managed to get my little eyeballs on yet. I collected these for a long time. These are the Marvel graphic novel collection. I got the DC one as well. You get some real good key kind of storylines in here, and I liked the ongoing artwork. There's the DC ones. I did moan about them because it felt like the collection went on forever, but actually you get some cool stories in them, and it's a good way of reading some of those classic books, and I like the cover art. This is my to read shelf, need to get onto that, and this is my kind of my to read comics. So there's comics in that box that I haven't read yet, and also some bits and bobs that I need to do videos on. Okay, looking at some more unique stuff in my collection, stuff that doesn't fall into the comic book category really. This is my top shelf. I've got Star Trek represented there, Big Trekkie and Chucky, and obviously, and this is some artwork I got done by Alex Cormack showing some screwed up Avengers. This is some artwork I got done by Gullen March at Thought Bubble, which I really liked, and an Andy Kubert sketch of Hulk there on a superb Onslaught poster from DF. This is some original artwork from the Justice League run, which I was lucky enough to pick up. This is my Sword of Omens, which lights up, love that. And we've also got my lightsaber there. We've got a Mad Balls Touchdown Terror, and we've got a Judge Dredd helmet. Then we've got my Eye of Agamotto, let's just stick with that. Light Up Iron Man helmet from Marvel Legends. I love this. This is my Thor hammer, signed by Chris Helmsworth and Stan Lee, a good old Mjolnir. We've got a Batmobile signed by Adam West and Burt Ward, and a Batarang and whatnot. This is some original artwork I got done by a local artist showing all the 80s cartoon characters. And there's that Onslaught image again. So yeah, all kinds of bits and bobs in my collection. Small scale, so this is looking at some action figures, because I am quite into my action figures and my vintage toys. I've got a decent size original Masters of the Universe collection, so these are all figures from the original setup and the original line. And then moving down there, we've got some original Transformers, the Lego Transformer, which I absolutely detest. There's a video on that. Megatron in the back there, which I love. And then up the top here, we've got some more modern figures mixed in with vintage figures, mixed in with chess pieces. I don't know. So all kinds of interesting stuff there. I'm going to show you better images of all these things in a moment, guys. So, looking at these He-Man figures, picked all these up either from eBay or from local toy fairs. I'm a huge Masters of the Universe fan. We've got Spyco there, Fisto, good old Duncan on the back there, Hordak. We've got Triclops, King Hiss at the back, Skeletor. These are all in decent condition. We've got Prince Adam, He-Man and Grayskull, one of my favourite set pieces there. Down below we've got my Transformers. We've got, as I said, Megatron in the back. We've got a Lego Prime Scorponok, which was a beautiful find. We've got the Constructicons, which I've got all the pieces to construct and to make Devastator, and we've got Grimlock there and an original Prime. These are my newest figures, love these. These are from the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon. Jumping up top, we've got some Mask figures, big fan of Mask. We've got some Centurions in the back there, a Sector, what do you call them? I can't remember. We've got some Thundercats, we've got some new line He-Man figures, we've got Predator there, we've got some Bravestar figures, big fan of Bravestar. We've got some Defenders of the Earth, there's some Visionaries there, some Action Force, some original Turtles, Bebop and Rocksteady. We've got a Secret Wars Doom, some of the NECA Turtles there, Last Ronin, and there's some Sectors at the back there. Supernaturals, that's the figure I was mentioning before. And we've got a little beaver at the bottom, and I love those Venoms, so they're really cool. Okay, new collection is my 1/6 scale stuff. And this is a bit of a rabbit hole that I've gone down, and it cost us a little bit of money, I have to say. I thoroughly blame the attention-seeking geek for getting us down this line. I did a little count up for this video, and in a year and a half or so, I've managed to accumulate, I think it's over 80 figures. Don't tell me, wife. So yeah, spent a little bit of money on these. What I've tried to do is, again, you'll see a lot of it is nostalgia based, He-Man, things like that. I've got some X-Men comic related lines, Spider-Man, and then some MCU figures and things. Particularly proud of this little setup. This is my Spider-Verse setup, where we've got various iterations of Spider-Man fighting members of the Sinister Six, or Spider-Man enemies in general. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. A lot of my collection, again, is based on movies that mean a lot to us. So we've got here underneath, we've got my kind of original setup of Terminator, Robocop, Alien and Predator. Love those movies and love those figures. They are some stunning figures, so really pleased to have them in the collection. We've got my Star Wars setup. We've got Luke, Vader, Ahsoka and the Mandalorian. But is he the Mandalorian? We've got some more movies. Mars Attacks, amazing film. Indy. We've got the Christopher Reeve Superman, Rocketeer, awful figure. And we've got Ash from Evil Dead there. Underneath them, we've got Kick-Ass Stan and a kit-bashed Captain America, Steve Rogers, and Ares and Hercules. No idea why I bought them. Doesn't matter. Like I said, we've got my Spider-Man collection. We've got some third-party villains there in the Green Goblin. We've got a lot of these are from the Spider-Man Classic computer game version. I love the Doc Ock figure. He is stunning. Then we've got my Endgame setup. I love the way Thanos and Cap are kind of staring each other out. We've got Fat Thor, hate that figure. We've got Iron Man and a recent Doctor Strange I've just picked up. We've got the big guns. We've got War Machine Punisher. We've got War Machine from Endgame, Captain Carter, oh I love her. And we've got this Falcon figure, is stunning, and Rocket. DC, I've got the lineup of the JLA here. I like these figures from Sideshow, and the costumes really pop, and it kind of ticks my original costume comic version. I love this setup. This is my Batman's in-art Joker there, the original Batman 89 and Joker from Hot Toy, fantastic. This is a bit of an odd setup. We've got Kingpin, we've got Black Panther because I needed Chadwick represented, Daredevil, and a Punisher with a custom head sculpt. Underneath we've got Batman Beyond, love that figure, Wasp and Ant-Man, we've got a Judge Dredd, and we've got an Omni-Man. Can't wait to get my Invincible to go along with him because he is stunning. Start on the X-Men shelves, we've got Nightcrawler, Colossus, Deadpool and Cable. We've got Juggernaut on the way and Rogue on the way. That Cable figure is lovely, but his ankles are shocking. Underneath we've got some comic versions, we've got Cyclops, Gambit, Magneto, love the Magneto, and Wolverine. And we've got a Sentinel head, which I repainted. There's a video on my channel about that one. We've got my mythology collection. I love these figures. Thor, Sideshow Thor, sat on him for a while, but I think he looks stunning. There's some stunning figures. I love all of those ones. And then we've got some G.I. Joe. We've got Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow, Snake Eyes, and Zartan, looking at his mask in his hand there. Again, I love these figures. These are really cool. We've got the Mondo He-Mans. So I've got Man at Arms. We've got He-Man himself, She-Ra. I like these. These are very, very cool. I've ordered Battle Cat, so that's on the way, and now I'm going to put it. We've got Hordak and we've got Skeletor. Skeletor probably being, I think, my favourite figure in my collection. He's a stunning piece. Really, really like that figure. Underneath him, we've got 3-0 Prime and Megatron facing off. Again, lovely figures, die cast, quite weighty. I really like that about them. They are nice looking figures. Then we've got, again, 3-0 Soundwave and Bumblebee, and the Hot Toys Prime. Not sure about the Hot Toys Prime. Soundwave is stunning. And I almost forgot about this boy. This is my my Hulkbuster from Hot Toys, who sits in my recording room behind us. How I store my bits and bobs. I've got these little boxes and I put all my different things in here just to try and keep them all in one place, and it means that if I want to do some pose and stuff, they're easy to swap out. Okie dokie everybody, so there we have it. That's everything that's in my little room. I hope you've enjoyed having a nose around. Let us know in the comments if there's anything you want to know anything more about, or if there's any pieces in particular that really jump out at you. Thank you very much for watching. Like I said at the start, please do consider subscribing to the channel for future content. That is your whack, and I'll catch you next time. Take care.